In this video, we depart the beautiful Bryce Canyon and head to Moab, Utah via some tasty Mexican food where we will spend 3 nights, meet up with some friends, and explore some of what the Moab area has to offer. And of course, it doesn't take long before the temperatures rise and it starts to get hot. With that, we had decided to take a break from camping as we were going on day 11, and with the heat of the canyon, an Airbnb sounded really nice. Leanne found a wonderful little place that was perfect for us to relax here for a few nights and reset before we head north towards Colorado. Moab is a great little town with lots of character. We were close enough to just walk to a nice restaurant and treat ourselves to a relaxing dinner with no campsite dishes to wash. That night we received word our friends were in an accident and were delayed for a day. Luckily nobody was hurt, but that left us with a day to kill. So we decided to take a family day and visit Arches National Park.
Connor, what do you think? This is pretty cool, huh?
At least that boulder didn't fall on us.
It won't.
Yeah, at least that.
I don't know if all those rocks will make a mess and fly out.
Gotcha. You got chocolate milk on your lips. All right, so
Another rock.
it is August 10th, 2022, and Leanne treated us to an awesome Airbnb in Moab, Utah, where we're looking forward to teaming up with Sean Stepp and a couple of his friends and his wife, and we're gonna hopefully do some trail riding in the Jeep in Moab. Unfortunately, they got in a fender bender yesterday on the road. Somebody decided to rear end their trailer and total it, so they are now trying to repair vehicles in Colorado, or maybe just on the outskirts of Utah somewhere. So they got slowed up, unfortunately, but nobody got hurt. In the meantime, us and the family are checking out Arches National Park. And say hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hello. Hi from Arches.
And look at this view. It's absolutely incredible. This place is breathtaking. It was 21, almost 22 years ago, Leanne and I moved to Kentucky and stayed a couple nights in Arches, and it was spectacular, and it still is. What a treat getting to experience these natural wonders with our boys. Who would have known we would be here so many years later as a family? We even got to see Delicate Arch from the photograph that we took so many years ago, but this time we just enjoyed it from afar. After enjoying the scenic drive through the park, we decided we would hit the 4x4 road that leads you to Tower Arch and eventually can loop you back towards the entrance of the park. This is Leanne waiting to video the Jeep coming up the hill while I figure out I needed to put it in 4-wheel drive. I think at this point she was wondering if we were just going to make her walk the rest of the trail in 104-degree heat. I think at this point we were all very grateful for air conditioning, although it was just an extremely beautiful day.
Change your mind. Change your plan. That's all good.
Well, it's hot, but we made it to Tower Arch. It's so spectacular. We wound up taking the 4-wheel drive path. It's a lot of fun. We got a long way to go to get back to the main part of the park, but it's just amazing back here. And this arch, unless you hike to it, which is like a 6.7, 6.8 mile loop from the other parking lot. But since we took the 4x4 trail around, we had access to it, probably about a half a mile from the off-road parking lot. But this is absolutely amazing. After some fun on the trail and arches, we got back to the room and got cleaned up before heading out and finding a delicious barbecue joint for dinner. The next morning, we finally teamed up with our friends from Kentucky. We met at Jailhouse Cafe for a good big breakfast before deciding which trail we were going to hit first. All right, so here's video blog number ? And we are sitting outside of the True Value. Sean Stepp is going to get a little nut and bolt, get his GoPro mounted on his Jeep, but we finally got rendezvoused with our Kentucky crew. We had an awesome breakfast at Jailhouse Cafe, and so we're all full bellies and getting ready to hit Chicken Corners. First trail, it's an easy trail, and it's supposed to be awesome views and nothing crazy for the crew to kind of get our legs stretched a little bit and get on some dirt. So super excited. I'll probably do a walk around with all the rigs when we get on the trail side, we get air down. So anyways, there we are, Moab. So after a bit of driving, we finally got to the famous obstacle at Chicken Corners. This trail really isn't much of a challenge as far as driving capabilities are concerned, but the views are amazing, and this particular section really just gets folks squeamish because of the sheer drop off to the side, and it's a little tight. That's actually why the trail is named Chicken Corners, because this one particular section, the guides would have their passengers want to get out and walk this section. Drive.
I'm really scared.
You want to get out?
Yes.
Trevor, look where we are.
Connor, look. There's Chicken Corners.
Oh my gosh, Chicken Corner.
Are you videoing this?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Woo, bro! Look at that view. Trevor, look down.
What? I don't see anything.
That way.
Oh, that one.
Well, that was a lot of fun. We got through the obstacle, we got to a nice little lookout over the Colorado River, and it was a great time to stop and make a little lunch. Anybody want a sandwich? At this point of the trail, we were actually down to 3 out of 5 rigs in our group. They needed to try and find a trailer to purchase since their trailer they left with was totaled on the way to Moab, so it was the 2 Seans and our family to head back together and enjoy the trail as we headed back to town.
Alright, here we go.
This angle should prove to be a little bit more interesting as the rear view camera I had is actually on the driver's side, so it's got the drop off on this side versus when we came in. just like that, we were back through the obstacle, back on the trail. Now we just had to enjoy the sights and scenery on our way back in. On our way back, we actually came up on a nice little sand playground, so we stopped and spun our wheels a little bit. Yeah, I know. Sometimes we just can't help ourselves. So when we got done with the trail ride, there was a huge storm moving in, and it was moving in quick. It turns out there was a flash flood downtown. It wasn't anything major, but we definitely got off the trail just in the nick of time. We decided we wanted to find something to eat, so we found a little local pizza place, and then we took it back to the room for the night. All in all, it was a successful day.
Well, the turtleback's getting a bath.
Yeah.
Well, we couldn't have beat that trail any sooner. I mean, it started pouring the rain. We got off of it.
Keep an eye out for our next video, number 6, where we tackle fins and things in Moab, Utah.